Hi, I'm Jackie Blaze, and today we're going to talk about fighting fairly, because love is a skill set and fighting fairly is a skill that you cannot afford not to have. It's a vital skill that we all must have to resolve any conflict in our relationships, or if you're having trouble finding the one, this is a sure way to pull down those walls and get rid of any relationship anxiety that's holding you back so that you can fall in love and stay in love. So number one is to accept that fighting is inevitable, it's unavoidable, and to tolerate it is basically to kill any passion in your relationship. Have you ever heard of couples that have been married and suddenly there's no sex in the relationship? It's usually because one or both people are avoiding having the fight, or they're tolerating each other, which means that they're not happy. That's when people cheat and are feeling dissatisfied. The first thing that we need to do, though, in order to have a fight is to process our own feelings, to know how we're feeling, whether we're having trust issues or we're annoyed about them leaving their dirty laundry on the floor. Whatever it is, by first assessing what our own feelings are, and usually they're related to a past wound that we've had or a problem that we've had in a past relationship. So you'll know what they are, you'll be able to then heal from it. Number two is to schedule a fight with your partner. Now, I want you to knock before you enter, because the other person also needs the opportunity to process their feelings so that they can also go in prepared. And what this also does is it enables both of you to have that little bit of space where you process stuff and you're not going in there hot-tempered. And number three is to put on your velvet gloves before going into a fight, because if you don't, that's when things can get hot and heated and the fight is not fair. So you can't shame or blame someone. Fighting fair is all about using your words calmly and lovingly instead of threatening or intimidating somebody. By calmly and lovingly discussing the situation, you're able to process things and work through it and find a resolution. So if you sense that the other person is raising their voice or getting angry, you could use things such as, I can tell by the look on your face or the tone of your voice that you're angry, or can you please repeat what you think you just heard? And usually that diffuses it, because more often than not, people mishear things, or they think that they heard one thing when you actually meant something completely different. Number four is to set some healthy boundaries. Even if it's just a boundary that you're not going to have a fight about that particular thing, you need to set boundaries, and this will also help you feel like you've achieved a solution. And number five, my fifth and final and my favorite one, is to have sex. Don't skip out on this or leave it for later. Make sure that when you schedule the fight, you also schedule enough time in to have sex afterwards, because a hormone called oxytocin gets released. Oxytocin is known as the cuddle hormone for a reason, because it releases a feel-good feeling that's essential after having a fight. So don't tolerate, feel anxious, or avoid fighting. Follow these 5 easy steps to fighting fairly, because it's necessary to keep the magic alive. And if you can follow these 5 easy steps, then you're sure on your way to having, you're definitely on your way to having a great loving relationship that's filled with magic.